UnitedHealthcare versus Blue Cross and Blue Shield. This is the ultimate battle of the health insurance giants. But which one is better? We are going to be using 5 key metrics: affordability, plan options, network, customer satisfaction, and benefits to determine our clear winner and to help you decide which one of the two should you go with, which one's going to save you the most money and headaches. The first round we are going to be having is affordability, because having an affordable plan is everything, especially for those who don't really use it a lot. You're gonna need something that's affordable. So let's go straight into it. I made a little chart here that's gonna compare the two side by side, which is the best. I love comparing stuff. It's great. So first of all, it's UnitedHealthcare. We're gonna start with the average premiums of both. Now, I started with the premiums because you may think that that is the most important thing, but I promise you it's not. Inside a plan, there's many things that are more important. So average premiums for UnitedHealthcare is around $517 without a subsidy, and for Blue Cross Blue Shield, it's $551. Deductibles and out-of-pocket maximum. So for the low end, both plans usually have a $0 deductible, and Blue Cross Blue Shield sometimes has a $100 deductible as kind of their standard, but I know in many areas they do have $0 deductible just fine. So the high deductibles and the high out-of-pocket maximum, that is the most important thing, because what happens when you have too much of an income with any of these two companies? So when you have too high of an income, right, the plans get a little bit worse. So that's the real key metric that you need to find out. When worst comes to worst, right, which plan is going to have kind of the best option for the worst plan, right? So in this scenario, I kind of would give the edge to UnitedHealthcare just because they are a standalone company. Now, I'm going to get into what Blue Cross Blue Shield actually is. They're still a company, but they're kind of an association, especially in other states. So round one is going to go to UnitedHealthcare because I feel like they are more consistently throughout many states when it comes to, you know, their premiums and their deductibles and their out-of-pocket maximums. Now, I'm going to get into why I voted United and not Blue Cross Blue Shield for this, because Blue Cross Blue Shield is very interesting. So stay tuned, because depending on which state you are going to want to hear this. Let's continue. So round number 2, we are going to talk about the plans. Now, inside the marketplace, there are obviously many different types of plan, not just types of plans, but the bronze, the silvers, the gold, the platinums, what exactly that means. So inside the marketplace, it's very complex. So let's talk about the plan types and what type of plans. So both of these companies are going to have HMOs, EPOs, PPOs, and POS. But the difference here, where I'm going to talk about it now, is that Blue Cross is a lot more common. So yes, UnitedHealthcare does have PPO plans and POS plans and even EPOs, right? They have all of those. But Blue Cross Blue Shield has a ton of them, right? It's pretty common to find a PPO from Blue Cross Blue Shield in many states. It's not that common. That's why I put rare here. Rare for PPO, rare for POS. Even I would even go as far as to say that United's EPO plans are also very rare, but I do see them. So they both have bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. So they offer all the 4 types of different metal tiers inside the marketplace, which not a lot of companies could say. Now, of course, we're dealing with the top 2 companies inside the ACA marketplace. So, I mean, you're going to find that competitiveness from both of them. But for this round, I am going to give the slight edge to Blue Cross and Blue Shield, just because finding a plan from them is super easy, right? They have so many plan types to choose from, and it's pretty common to find any of those inside the marketplace. So far, ladies and gentlemen, it is tied. It is 1-1. Next up, let's continue. My name is Carlos the Broker. I am a licensed agent, and I am blessed to be able to say that I have helped over 1,000 individuals and families by now get into the health coverage they need. And for you watching out there, I would love to be your personal agent. So you can reach out to me right here, 305-970-8583, and there is my email as well. So make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It takes 1 quick second, and it helps out a lot. Let's get into it. Now, the third thing in this video is the network. This is where it kind of starts to dip into the territory of which state, you know, you're kind of getting coverage from. So the network is very important because you need to be able to, walk into any doctor or walk into your specialist, your doctor that you want to get checked out by, and they accept your insurance, because there's no point in having, the most affordable plan and a million different plan types if they're not going to be in your area and they're not going to be accepted by the doctor that you want to go to. So let's start with UnitedHealthcare. Absolutely massive, right? I mean, it's unreal the reach that they have. So they have over 6,700 hospitals currently in contract with, and over 1.3 million doctors inside their networks. Both of these company size are absolutely insane. I'm going to talk about a little bit of a fun fact here because I have it written down on my little papers here. Both of these companies, I mean, UnitedHealthcare has over 52 million members, and BlueCross BlueShield has over 118 million members. I mean, that is insane, okay? Insane. So, BlueCross BlueShield, as you can see here, BlueCross BlueShield has over 6,000 hospitals currently in contract with, and over 1.7 million doctors in network. Here, let's talk about this, because when it comes to size, they're pretty much everywhere. On paper, they're going to be everywhere. You're not going to have trouble finding doctors with any of them. Here are the comparisons in side by side. Now, this is where I want to talk to you guys about BlueCross BlueShield and what it really is. So, UnitedHealthcare inside the ACA is only in 30 states. BlueCross BlueShield is in all 50 states. But technically they're an association, or not technically, they are an association, which means that in some states they have a local company that they bought out, and then technically it's serving BlueCross BlueShield, but it's still, that local company. Care is going to differ, and quality is going to differ per state. So that's what I kind of mean. As far as for networks, you're going to find less EPO plans in UnitedHealthcare, and you're going to find way more EPO plans in BlueCross BlueShield. So you could go to a doctor pretty easily. So I made these two little fun statistics. So there's an 80 to 90% chance of finding a covered hospital and doctor. So let's say you right now, if you go locally to your doctor, you have a higher chance of finding a doctor with BlueCross BlueShield than UnitedHealthcare. Just by a little bit, maybe 5%. I don't think it reaches 10%, but you have over a 90% chance of finding a covered doctor and hospital with BlueCross BlueShield. So that means that for round 3 network, I am going to give it to BlueCross BlueShield, just because you're going to have slightly bit of an edge when it comes to finding a doctor. You could walk into a random clinic or random doctor, and they're going to be covered with BlueCross BlueShield. So 2-1 so far. 2-1. Blue Cross is leading the pack right now, is leading the way. So let's continue, because it gets really, really intense here. Let's go. Now, round number 4 is customer ratings. This is where it gets kind of tricky, because I do want to give you guys a fair bit of a warning here. When it comes to customer ratings and customer satisfaction, you never, ever, ever, and I mean ever, want to select a plan based on what other people are saying. Everyone has something bad to say about every company. You're never going to find a good review on a health insurance company, right? Ever. So no one goes out of the way to leave a good review. Everyone goes out of the way to leave a bad review. So JD Power Rankings gives UnitedHealthcare a 663, and for BlueCross BlueShield a 641. The NCQAA for quality assurance, pretty much that's what they kind of record. Both have an average of around 3.5 stars, but on Trustpilot, United gets a 1.4 and Trustpilot gets a 1.6. So usual complaints of UnitedHealthcare are of wait times and customer wait times and prior authorizations. And in BlueCross BlueShield, you're going to get a lot of billing issues. Me as an agent personally, it is true. BlueCross BlueShield does have a lot of billing issues. I mean, you can't even make your payments automatic. Like, I can't put my clients in automatic payments. I mean, you're talking about the biggest company in the world almost in health insurance, and they can't do that. I mean, come on. Network confusion, because of it being an association, a lot of people get confused. So, I mean, there's no surprise here. I'm going to give this one crystal clear to UnitedHealthcare, just because, the reviews are kind of almost the same, but since UnitedHealthcare is a standalone company and they are consistently throughout the whole United States, rather where BlueCross BlueShield is an association, so they kind of are like mixed, I'm going to give it to UnitedHealthcare. Okay, heading into round 5, it is 2-2. Both of these companies are great options, so I'm not talking bad about either of them. So who is exactly going to win in this final round? It is going to decide it all. So stay tuned. Let's go. Now the final round, round 5, is going to be benefits, because a bunch of different companies have unique benefits to them. Usually they have, cash rewards for actually going to the doctor and using their plan. So that's good. Let's start. The digital tools and apps for UnitedHealthcare, their apps are one of the best, right? And members earn rewards. They have their Optum partnership, which is huge. You get access to pharmacies, mental health, behavioral services, specialties, a bunch of different things under them. And they have great perks for their Medicare members. I'm not really too into the Medicare space, but they are by far the best when it comes to Medicare. I know they're one of the top carriers there. So they're going to be accepted nearly everywhere for BlueCross BlueShield. Over 90% acceptance rates, right? We just talked about that. Each state operates specific to the area's needs. Now, this could be a double-edged sword, but usually BlueCross BlueShield takes great care of their members. I don't think really anybody has too much complaint there. So they have local customizations to the area, specific to the area, which is huge. Not really any other company could do that. And they have the Blue Card Worldwide Pass, so that gives you access to care in over 200 countries and counting. As far as, I didn't really even get into the actual benefits of Blue Cross, but they have a ton for their members, right? And they have a phone app, they have their website. You could check your out-of-pocket max, how much is left. You could check out a bunch of different things. So I don't know if it is a surprise to you, but I am going to give the ultimate winner to Blue Cross and Blue Shield. And there you go, Blue Cross Blue Shield gets crowned our ultimate winner over UnitedHealthcare. Now, I do want to say that, they didn't win by a huge margin, and both of these companies are like number 1, number 2 for a reason, right? They're just absolutely massive. They have great care, they have consistent care. So what I really wanted to say, and the real answer of this video, is that there are so many factors when it comes to choosing a health insurance company. You got your age, household size, your zip code, right? Zip code is huge. And as well as income, of course. Income is the number 1. So there's so many factors that go into deciding which one is the best. So it could vary. I'm going to give just a little bit of a slight edge to Blue Cross Blue Shield. So again, if you want a personalized quote, folks, absolutely no cost to you from me, directly from me. I will be picking up the phone, 305-970-8583. If you found this video helpful, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll be making more of these types of videos, these types of comparison videos, just because they're very, very fun. So make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. So thank you all so much. I will see you in another one. Bye-bye.